Good morning guys, Chris the Ultimate Recycler back in the emergency storage shed for episode 160. 160 weeks, over 3 years now. We're working down that shelf over my right shoulder and we're going to make pretty good progress pretty quickly. Last week we had that box of my old trophies, which I'd forgotten most of them existed. I've taken them all to the shop. And we also had, what was there? A couple of boom boxes, which we're going to get onto at some stage. They'll be projects. Today we have, I think we'll make pretty good progress. There's some CRT monitors, there's a vintage TV. Let's go and have a look. If you're not into electronics, don't worry, hang around. It could be interesting. And it's all about making space and making decisions. And I think everyone could do some coaching on that, couldn't they? I know I could. It will be great to free up this shelf because I can store some tubs up here with things that I'm going to take to scrapyards or at least circuit boards to sell in Melbourne. So it'll be a good staging area for stuff that's ready to go, neat in tubs and off the floor. It won't be its long-term use, but that's what I'll use it for at this stage. Now we have a toaster box. Maybe there's a toaster in there, I'm not sure. If so, I don't know why I would have kept a toaster. There's one of those vintage metal filing drawers, probably 1950s or so. That will sell. I don't need to keep that, I don't think. I'll reconsider when I get it onto the bench. We'll have a look at this little portable CRT TV. And I don't know how far we'll go. We'll test. Hopefully these things all work. It's just a matter of testing them and getting them out of here. And that will free up most of this shelf. Making decisions, I said, it's one of the great secrets of being successful in all sorts of things, being able to make decisions and especially sorting out and decluttering. I've heard people refer to DOOM boxes, which is DOOM, standing for didn't organise, only moved. And that's just wasted effort, really, isn't it? I mean, maybe you're looking for something and you move boxes. But when you're trying to process, clean out, maybe it's a relative, maybe it's your own shed, don't have doom boxes. Sure, you can maybe have one box for things you've got to get back to later, small stuff that slows you up if you want to make a lot of room quickly. But yeah, don't just get into the mindset of, I don't know what to do this, I'll decide later, because that won't be very efficient in your cleaning up. Right, enough of the lecture. Let's have a look here. Sunbeam toaster box, and it is a toaster. Why did I keep this? It's a vintage one, granted. I don't know, actually it's not in bad condition. So I still don't know why I kept it, but I think we'll be able to sell that one. It's got the original cloth cord on it. It actually looks in very good, clean, well, it's dusty, but pretty much unused or minimal use condition. Not even any crumbs in it. Okay, so I'm going to obviously sell that one. I don't need to keep it here. We'll check out what it's worth. The original box, it's not the original box. That looks more 80s or 90s. Is there a barcode on the box? Always look for a barcode. So no barcodes, which probably puts it 1980s or maybe late 70s. There's a Maya sticker here, $59. So this was a Sunbeam. And I'm going to say early 1980s. But this one, I would be thinking late 60s, early 70s. It is a Sunbeam. I will check online and maybe I'll ask AI and see if we can work out exactly what era that is. But I would be thinking late 60s, early 70s. So I reckon it's got at least 10 to 15 years on the box. So we're not going to keep the box. It can go in the recycle bin. We'll clean this one up. We'll give it a safety test. I'll check online, but vintage toasters do actually seem to sell pretty well. So, all right, that's good. We might have some dollars back there. This is a filing drawer. It's in pretty good condition. And I think I'll put it down and I'll adjust the camera because it's quite heavy. All right, it actually has a lock. I don't have a key for it. Oh, is it locked? There's nothing, I don't think there's anything in. Well, it's heavy, but I think it's just the construction. I don't think there's anything in there. But it is definitely locked. I wonder if I've got a key. I've got a whole jar full of keys at the shop. In fact, I've got a whole box full of jars of keys at the shop. I reckon it's probably worth it. It won't be a complicated key. I reckon it's worth trying to open or finding a key for it. That will make it much more saleable. So I'll clean it up. I'll take it to the shop. Assuming we can get it open and assuming it's just a slide out drawer with nothing in it, if we find a key, I'm probably going to put $20 on it. If we don't find a key, I'll sell it as it is, locked, and maybe put $10 on it, and I'm sure someone will reckon they can get it open. So that's what I'm going to do with that. I'll let you know if I find a key. All right, I'll get these off the bench. I'll check the toaster out. Let's go and get one of those. Oh, the TV was next, wasn't it? Okay, this is a cute little TV. It looks probably 1970s era. I'm not sure if it's yellowed from UV rays or whether it's supposed to be a yellowy mustard colour. Now, I don't think the unit has yellowed from the sun. I think it is supposed to be this mustardy type colour. It's quite even in around all the sections. So I'm guessing that's original. It may have darkened up a little bit on the top. It may be stained a bit, I'm not sure. I'll give it a clean up soon. We really need to establish if it's going to work. Now, it's a model BT310 Tempest brand, made in Korea, and it looks like from the tag that it's actually dual voltage, 240 or 12 volts DC. Now, of course, it will be analog TV. You won't get a channel, any reception these days, but I can probably rig up a video or a DVD player or something and see if I can get it to work. The brand Tempest was actually a supermarket style brand, more of a generic type brand name, probably from one of the big Korean manufacturers at the time. I'm not sure who they would have been. Maybe Samsung, was that Korean, or LG, or the company that became LG. It looks in pretty good condition on the front here. There's no damage to the plastic housing. The screen looks quite good. It's very dusty, of course, but it appears to be undamaged cosmetically other than very, very dusty. So I reckon we should power it up and see what's going on. I might take the back off though and just have a look in. Sometimes some of the parts are dated, or there's a date on the actual picture tube. I think it's round about, I thought 70s. I did type the model into AI and it suggested late 70s, early 80s. So we'll see if we can find a date inside, I reckon. Okay, these screws are well hidden. We can just get to them. And I think there'll be two at the top here, in the handle cavity. And I'd say that's probably it, just 4 screws. Oh, there we go. Do we have any wires attached? We're going to have the antenna wire, aren't we? Let's remove that antenna panel so that we can take the top cover completely away. Or the back cover, I mean. And we'll have to disconnect this one wire. Okay, now we're clear. Well, it looks pretty good inside. And inside, it is a bit lighter, the colour. So it has darkened up a little bit from age, I'd say, but it's fairly even. Alright, what have we got here? It's a Samsung picture tube, so it could well have been made by Samsung. We've probably got a date code, looks like 83. So maybe the 733rd TV made on the 11th of the 6th, 1983. That's sort of how they code things. Now, I wonder what all the capacitors are like. I guess we can see if there are any bulged ones. It hasn't been powered up for a long, long time, so I don't have to be super careful. There won't be any voltage in here anywhere. Looks easy to service. The board just lifts out, unplugs and lifts out. I can't see any obvious issues. Hopefully the item will actually work. Well, let's find out now. I've taken the back outside and given it a wash, so it was easy to do it while it was disconnected. The rest of it sits here okay. I've got it plugged in. I've got another phone filming the back of it just in case it has a major malfunction, and we all like to see the magic smoke get out. So we will power it up now. It's running through my appliance tester, and we should have an on-off, I think this one. Oh, okay. Nothing's gone bang. Oh, look at that. Our audio is okay. It's a bit crackly in the control. And the picture looks good. I mean, without any reception. It's strobing a bit on the camera, but it's perfectly stable here. I don't know what the middle one does. It seems to be seized up. It won't turn at all. I think it's the brightness. That one's seized solid. Might get some spray into the back of it. We could put some deoxide in the volume to fix that up. But I guess now we'll put the back on it, and once that's dry, and we'll try and get a signal in and see if we can actually watch something. Okay, with the TV back together, in fact with the case clean, you can see it's actually quite dark this end and the other end's reasonably lighter. So it's definitely sunlight or UV affected plastic, but it must have certainly wasn't white in the first place, but it's darkened up a bit. Not a problem. We're all showing signs of our time on this planet, whether it's yellowing or any other ailments you get. Now what I've done here is I've wired up I've disconnected the telescopic antenna. We're not going to pick up anything with that. I've just wired up a normal RF fitting, which I've plugged into an AV to RF converter, just a cheap little box that runs off a USB power supply, and that means I can have an AV input from a DVD player or something, and then hopefully we'll get some sort of signal into the TV. Okay, I think we're hooked up, ready to go. You're probably going to get a bit of strobing on the TV, but we'll try and keep that to a minimum. Now power on, and the volume's much better. I did spray some deoxide in there, and I managed to free up the center one, which is the brightness, and again a bit of deoxide freed that up. It was stuck solid. I had to actually use pliers very carefully. I didn't want to break anything. So all those controls work fine. Now we've got a DVD in here. Let's put this on. They do take a bit of tuning in, and I think they were usually on channel 1 or 2, but I know it changed at some stage. That was the output channel of VHS players or VCRs. I'm not sure about DVDs, so we might have to do a bit of fiddling to see if we can find the signal. So I better get this to play, and we'll just go through the channels and see if we can get anything. Here we go, that's promising. That's channel 2. So I'll have to fine tune that. No, we're not quite getting a picture, but we're close. Channel 1's close, there we go. There we go, there's our picture. Now it's black and white. This must be a black and white TV. Now you're getting strobing, sorry about that. I'll try and reposition the camera. I've just moved the camera a bit, it doesn't seem to help. I'm not sure how to, something to do with the relative frame rates of the camera and the TV. We don't have sound at the moment, but we do have a picture. I'll see if I can tune the sound in. There we go. There's a couple of switches on the little converter here. I'm not sure what they do, but now we have sound. So that TV is working perfectly, albeit black and white. Okay, I'm really pleased with that TV. It does work well. I'm not sure what to put on it. I don't think black and white TVs are going to have a big following as far as the retro gamers go. It probably would make a good movie prop. I'll have it running in the shop. I might play a DVD through it. I didn't find much about the Tempest brand, so I don't know. It's a 12-inch screen, and I did ask AI about the monitor or the CRT model number, and it says yes, it's a monochrome, so it is black and white. So yeah, cool little TV, and I think it dates, I don't know if we established an exact date. I think 82 maybe, did we decide? Anyway, the toaster. I couldn't find much about this toaster. Sunbeam toasters are quite collectible, and some of the models get many hundreds. This one, I think's late 70s. There's a patent number on here that says 77, it starts with 77. It's a model TA-AG, but I couldn't find much about it. Now, it has got a problem though. I put it on the appliance tester and nothing happened, and the lever is actually down and it won't lift up. So it's got a fault inside. It looks nice and clean inside, but I think that's well worth fixing. I'll just put that aside for now because I expect that might be a good one to put on eBay. I think it might be a fairly scarce model. And the box I established was, I think, 1988. Now, I couldn't see for looking when I was looking for a barcode. There is actually one underneath the box. It was under my hand when I turned it over. And there's an inked serial number here which ends in 88. So I think that's the 1988 version. So there we go. We've got a cool toaster that I'll probably fix up at some stage and possibly eBay. It could be worth quite a bit. We just never know. And a TV that I think I might put about $60 on in the shop. I don't know, let me know what you think, but I wouldn't think a black and white TV would be that desirable to someone that wants to play retro video games. Well, as the rain tumbles down once again, we can finish this video off. Just a short one. We've got a few things off the shelf. We're making some good space. Got some stuff to sell and another project because, you know, I needed one. I was running short. I didn't write down anything on the notepad for these because basically we've got, well, I did. We wrote down 60 for the TV. I didn't write down anything for the toaster because we have to do that. And $20 for that steel filing drawer. I'm hoping I can find a key. I think I'll be able to. So that's adding another $80 to our total, which takes us to about $28,500 out of that shed. And I'm not counting things like the boom boxes we found last week because I've got to do some work to them. Haven't counted this toaster, same deal. So we're getting some really good value out of that shed, and we'll keep going along that top shelf next week. We'll catch you then. Bye for now.